How's it going, everybody? Welcome here to Grant Gymnasium. We've got SLIAC Conference Volleyball, the Fontbonne University Griffins taking on the Webster University Gorlocks. This is the Gorlock Sports Network. I'm Robbie Floyd, joined by Sam Baker. And Sam, we got a good one tonight. These two SLIAC Conference teams going head-to-head. Last time these two teams faced off, Fontbonne was able to come home with a win in their home court. Tonight, could be a different story, could be the same story. Sam, give me your thoughts on this matchup.
Well, Robbie, I see we both got on our pink shirts tonight. It's Dig Pink night here at Webster University, Grant Gymnasium. It's so good to be in this gymnasium, especially with this type of atmosphere. But speaking of Dig Pink night, Robbie, I'm going to be looking for some defense tonight. Back row for Webster has got to be on their A game. Tori Cicalero, Kira Gensel, both have to be very active in the back row because we are facing Fontbonne, who has three of the best some of the best four hitters in the same team, despite Webster having Lauren Bork, a powerful outside hitter. It's going to be an interesting one today, and like we've said before, the first points in each set are going to be crucial in order to gain that momentum going through the end of the sets.
Yeah, we've seen several times this Webster team. A lot of times when Webster's playing, the team that gets the 10 points first is the team that wins the game. Webster, they're such a momentum-based team. We saw last time they faced Greenville here at Grant Gymnasium. Whichever team got the 10 points won the set, and that happened to be Greenville every single time. So Webster looking to set the momentum here early on and often. We're going to take a quick break for starting lineups and the national anthem. We'll be right back with Fontbonne versus Webster.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Grant's Gymnasium for our annual Dig Pink game between the Fontbonne University Griffins and your Webster University Gorlocks. The Side Out Foundation helps people with breast cancer regain control of their lives, and they started their fundraising efforts through the sport of volleyball. The Side Out Foundation Executive Director and founder Rick Dunitz was a high school volleyball coach when his mother, Gloria, was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. Together, he and his father, Brian, decided to tell their story and the story of all those with metastatic breast cancer through dedicated volleyball matches across the U.S. where communities would rally and fundraise to support breast cancer research. This is how Dig Pink was born and is still a central program of the Side Out Foundation. In 10 years, Dig Pink has raised more than $15 million for Side Out's metastatic breast cancer clinical trials and created a community of advocates more than 9,000 teams strong. What started as founder Rick's two passions, colliding unexpectedly, has become an experience that anyone can connect with, not just volleyball players and coaches. Side Out's greatest ambition is to cultivate lifelong advocates, extending the lives of those with advanced breast cancer and revolutionizing the trajectory of breast cancer treatments forever. At this time, we ask anyone who has battled or is currently battling breast cancer to please stand to receive a pink flower. Please take a second to visit our silent auction in the lobby. Also, in between the second and third sets, we will be playing a game of heads or tails. The cost will be $1 per person. All proceeds from the silent auction and the heads or tails game will benefit breast cancer awareness. At this time, we ask you to please rise and gently remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Number 2, Kelly Herr. Number 5, Emma Pramick. Number 14, Jordan Harple. Number 15, Jaden Fitzgerald. Number 16,
Here we are. Welcome back to Grant Gymnasium. This is the Gorlock Sports Network. Robbie Floyd joined by Sam Baker. And Sam, you alluded to it before the anthem. This is a clean matchup between one of the best hitting duos in the conference against one of the best defensive duos in the conference. Of course, I'm talking about Jaden Fitzgerald and Hannah Gallagher, hitters for Fontbonne, and Tori Ciccolero and Kira Gensel, defenders for Webster. It's going to be a great game. Fontbonne probably a little bit deeper at the hitting position. I mentioned Gallagher and Fitzgerald. They also have freshman Kristen Camp, who's been a very nice surprise for them early on in the season. And Webster's hitting depth has been questionable this season. Lauren Bork's at the top. Where do you go after that? That's kind of been the question all year.
A senior from Quincy, Illinois, number 28, Allie Spoor. And a senior from Clarkton, North Carolina, number 30, Kira Gensel.
And you know, Robbie, thinking back on it, this is the time of year where you got to ask yourself, who's going to step up? Who's going to be that guy that matches the hitting percentages of Lauren Bork? Who's going to be that player that's going to step up and get the job done? Because right now, it's the middle of the season. Every team is kind of seeing each other. Conference standings are getting a little more tighter, especially in the top 3 contenders. Webster being up there, Fontbonne close behind. We're looking for a really good game between both teams today.
This is a Fontbonne team that's trying to creep their way into that big 3. You know, there's kind of been this big 3 with Webster, Westminster, and Greenville. That's kind of been the big 3 at the top of this SLIAC volleyball conference for a couple years now. Fontbonne's trying to get into that. They have a very young core. I mentioned Kristen Camp, who's just a freshman, who's come in and played really well so far this year. Of course, they have Hannah Gallagher, who was last year's newcomer of the year, and she is picked up right where she left off. She was actually not available for their match against Webster last time, and Fontbonne was still able to get the win despite not having Hannah Gallagher. So we'll see if Fontbonne can pick up where they left off. It would be huge for them if they could sweep the season series against Webster. Another young player who's really starting to emerge as one of the best setters in the conference is Ella Werner-Click. She came in, she was kind of split time last year with their senior setter, but it has been all her role this year. She's come in and has really emerged, and that's something Webster's been missing. They really don't have that dominant setter, and I've mentioned so many times that the setter position, it's like the quarterback, it's like the point guard. If you don't have a great setter, it's really tough to be a great volleyball team. I think that's what Webster's missing, that Fontbonne already has. So here we go, underway here at Grant Gymnasium, SLIAC Conference Volleyball. It's going to be Werner-Click setting up to the middle and immediately hit over top. It's going to be Webster on the first point.
There it is. There's that first point. Webster needed that. That was so detrimental to start this game.
Talk about momentum. Webster, a very momentum-based team. Good for them to get the first start. Tori Ciccolero on the serve. It's going to be Werner-Click setting up this time to the outside. Hit out. That's freshman Kristen Camp who hits it out. So 2 back-to-back hitting errors to start the game for Fontbonne, and it's a 2-0 Webster lead. Werner-Click with the bump set, now to the backside. It's hit across. Nice save by Tori Ciccolero. The set to Lauren Bork on the outside. Towards the block and gets the kill.
Lauren Bork, there she goes. She looks like she's going to be on fire this game. If she can maintain that same energy throughout the 3rd and maybe even 4th and 5th sets, if this game does go that long, that's going to help Webster so much more.
Nice save by Tori Ciccolero as well. This one to the outside. It's Kristen Camp who's going to grab the kill, and Fontbonne's on the board. You mentioned those 3 big hitters for Fontbonne. They're all in the game at the same time right now. So a lot for Webster to defend. This one going to be the right side. It's going to be tipped. So a kill for Kaylee Portell. Kaylee's been in and out of the lineup with injury this season. She's been a difference maker when she's been in it. Portell on the serve. The pass is perfect. Werner-Click set up to the middle, hit across, and a kill. Kelly Herr on the kill. Herr, one of the most consistent hitters. I don't mention her in the big 3 just because she doesn't get the volume that the other 3 do. But when Herr hits the ball, she's very successful. She has one of the best hitting percentages in the conference. Emma Pramick going to be on the serve here for Fontbonne. Pramick sends it across. Chickalero on the pass. It's perfect to Spohr. Spohr going to set to the right side for Mary Nelson. It's going to be a bump set now. Kristen Camp on the right side. Kept alive on Fontbonne side of the court. Bump set. It's going to be to Kristen Fair, who's going to keep it alive. Kira Gensel. Now the bump set. Back to the outside. Blocked at the net, but it's not going to be kept in.
Now we start to see Fontbonne gain that momentum a little bit. Those first couple errors were just the beginning of the game jitters. We've seen it before. Webster did it versus Spalding. We saw a lot of just silly mistakes early on in the game, and I don't think this is going to hinder their offensive momentum too much.
Emma Pramick on the serve once again. It's going to be Spohr with a double touch. And Webster certainly had their fair share of those this season. It's been an issue. Allie Spohr is a setter by nature, but they've asked her to do a lot for this team. She blocks, she hits, she plays the back row. So Spohr with the double touch there, and it's all evened up 4-4. Chickalero on the pass, Spohr on the set. It's going to be another double touch by Allie Spohr. Last few times these teams met up, it was Emma Lepian who led Webster in assists. We've seen Lepian come in when Nelson and Spohr have struggled. Delaney Demon, another capable setter on Webster's bench. This is going to be a bump set. Bohr from the back row, not able to get a good hit off. Now bump set to the right side. It's Camp who's going to get the kill.
And as we mentioned, that dynamic duo, they are so good at finding gaps between the defense. Even when you have defensive blockers up there like Julia Fry, they are so good at just finding those gaps. You really have to rely on that backline defense.
It's going to be Gens on the pass. Good set to Mary Nelson. And Julia Fry able to win the joust at the net. Fry so good at catching those overpasses and sending them straight to the ground. When Portell was out especially, Julia Fry had made such a big impact in the middle of this blocking line for Webster. Here's Mary Nelson on the serve. It's going to be set up to the right side. Kristen Camp once again. And a kill for Kristen Camp, the freshman, coming out here early on. That's her third kill.
Kira Gensel, looks like she got turned around right there. Hit the floor as she thought the ball looked like it was going over to the outside, but just flew right over her head.
It's the southpaw Camp on the serve. It's going to be Mary Nelson this time on the set. It's perfect to Lauren Borick. And it's not going to be kept alive. Lauren Borick on the kill.
Wow, Robbie, the height on that kill was incredible. I guarantee if you put Lauren Borick out on the track and you put her in the high jump, she's going to be a top conference contender because the absolute height on that jump is lethal.
And that's why she's so effective from the back row. Obviously, you'd love to have her in the front row, but she can hit from the back row because of that vertical. This one going to be set out to the right side. It's going to be a Fontbonne double touch. Ella Warner-Click does not have many of those. Webster evens it up back at 7. I mentioned that race to 10. That's been such a key number. Whichever team has gotten to double digits has won the majority of the sets that Webster's played. Lauren Borick on the serve. It's going to be Warner-Click on the setup. Not able to get a hit across, and it's going to be trouble. A free ball here for Fontbonne. Warner-Click sets up to the outside for Fitzgerald. A little bit of miscommunication there, a mistimed jump, and it'll go in as not being returned for Fontbonne. Warner-Click on the set, going back to Fitzgerald. It is tipped at the net, so a kill for Fitzgerald.
Right there, she needed that redemption after that sloppy miscommunication on the last play. Great job on offense.
Fontbonne does not use a lot of their subs. They have a very versatile starting lineup, and they like to let their players play. Nelson sets it up here. Julia Fry, who's going to get the kill.
Not a typical play right there you see by Julia Fry. Normally it's a bump set or a free ball or a tip over the net, but she can prove that she can be a strong hitter too, easily finding the gap in the coverage from the defense.
Mary Nelson able to catch Fontbonne by surprise, had Lauren Borick set up on the outside and drew the Fontbonne blockers. So I'm going to be in the middle. It's tooled at the net and a kill for Jordan Harple. Just a very solid group of hitters on Fontbonne's side. Kelly Herr back into the game, as well as junior setter Jessica Molden. So one of the rare times that Fontbonne does roll with 2 setters. And that's going to be sent over. I'm not sure if it was touched at the net by Fontbonne. Either way, it's going to be Fontbonne's point. So Fontbonne does win that race to 10. Molden on the serve. And Webster's not going to be able to return it, so Molden with an ace.
And you know, Robbie, these teams are pretty well evenly matched. Whoever does win that race to 10, I don't think it's going to have any effect on the longevity through the set because both teams are not going to let each other get too far ahead with a lead.
This one going to be Nelson setting up here to the outside for Madison Katz. It's kept alive. It's going to be a free ball here for Fontbonne. See if they can make something out of it. Warner Click on the set, and Emily Kerr with the kill. Jessica Molden once again on the serve. Sent over. This one going to be set up. Nelson to the middle for Portel. Blocked at the net. This one going to go back to Allie Spohr. It's kept alive. It's going to be a bump set to the outside. It's Hannah Gallagher who's going to grab the kill.
So far for Fontbonne, I'm taking a look at these stats, Robbie. It looks like 8 of their 12 points so far have come from assists. That just goes to show that they're able to move the ball around a lot better than Webster so far. But again, we've mentioned that setting problem has been a little bit of an Achilles heel for Webster as they got to really hone in on that passing on offense if they're going to look to get this lead back.
It's very hard to be one of those top teams without a dominant setter. You look at Westminster, they have a dominant setter. You look at Greenville, they have probably the best setter in the conference in Jordan Lempa. And Fontbonne may have one emerging with Ella Warner-Click. She had a fantastic freshman season, and she's moved on this sophomore year and really has held her own and more for this team. She's been the sole setter for Fontbonne. Last year they played in a split. This year it's been all Ella Warner-Click.
Walking around the gym selling 50-50 tickets for our raffle.
Webster is probably smack dab in the middle of the conference in terms of their blocking play, and Fontbonne is one of the teams that is a worse blocking team than Webster, at least on the season, but in their last matchup they were very even. And if Webster is going to be the better blocking team, that has to come into play if Webster's going to win the game. They have to make that difference felt. So Fontbonne going on a bit of a roll. They're up by 4 here. Mary Graff the timeout to try to stop the momentum. It's going to be Kaylee Portel from the middle. Set up. Warner Click going to get it to the other side. It's going to be Allie Spohr from the right side. Blocked at the net. Kelly Herr on the block for Fontbonne, and they have won the battle at the net thus far. It's going to be a bump set down outside for Allie Spohr. Kept alive. It's going to be Camp from the back row. Dig out by Gensel. Now Allie Spohr on the right side. A well-placed hit and a kill for Allie Spohr.
Allie Spohr is one of those hitters that I think, Robbie, can truly make an impact on this offense. Earlier in the game, in the pregame show, we talked about who's going to be that player that's going to step up and come behind Lauren Bork and give her some extra padding on offense. I think Allie Spohr is going to be one of those contenders.
Another one of those contenders is Madison Katz, who's back into the game. This one going to be set up. Nice double touch from Ella Warner-Click. And 2 of them for Warner-Click early on. Spohr on the serve. It's going to be a bump set to the outside for Gallagher. Tools the block, but kept alive by Kaylee Portel. Lauren Bork off her back foot. It's going to be a free ball here for Fontbonne. Click the setup. Gallagher not able to get anything over. Lauren Bork going to set it for Mary Nelson to the right side, and it's over and out. It's been interesting here. Webster has the blocking advantage on paper, but Fontbonne's been the better blocking team so far. And Fontbonne's the better setting team on paper, but their setting play has been lacking so far tonight. We'll see if Werner Click can turn it around. It's going to be a bump set here to Mary Nelson on the right side. No good, over top. Fontbonne starting to pull away here. They have their biggest lead of the game. It's a great serve. And an ace for Ella Werner Click. Mary Graff going to go to Carter Hilliard, the freshman.
That's a key substitute right there. I was wondering when Coach Graff was going to check her into the game. I think she's going to help change this momentum and turn it the other way around.
Allie Spohr sets up to Kaylee Portel, who slams it down. The interesting thing about Allie Spohr as a setter, she likes to spread the ball around. She likes to use all of her hitters. You wonder if Webster's going to try to get Lauren Bork more involved here going forward. So it's going to be to the right side. It's tooled at the net, and a kill for Hannah Gallagher.
Looks like Webster's going in here with a bit of a smaller lineup. We got a lot of their bigger players on the bench right now. Looks like she's trying to go for speed to get that ball moved around quickly and efficiently. And as we can see, Lauren Bork getting it done.
So I was just about to mention Emma Lepian. She loves to feed Lauren Bork. I mentioned Spohr likes to spread the ball around. When Lepian's in the game, expect a high percentage of those sets to go toward Bork. Lepian feeds Bork when she's in the game. So we're going to get Kaylee Portel on the serve. Webster trailing by 5. They need to start bringing it back right now because they're going to run out of time. Fontbonne nearing that 20 mark. So I'm going to be set up. Werner Click to the right side, and it's going to be called a double touch on Ella Werner Click. She's had a tough night so far. Ella Werner Click did not have a single double touch last time these two teams played. She's had 3 here in the first set. Kristen Camp with a nice hard hit to the right side. Now going back to the other side, it is the kill by Jaden Fitzgerald. Here's Emma Pramick on the serve. Chicalero with a good pass. Lepian going to serve. Bork. Oh, Bork mistimed her jump. And now it's going to be a free ball here for Fontbonne and a kill for Jordan Harple.
Fontbonne has been doing a really good job of finding the middle of that court because they're expecting Webster to come to both sides of the court because they know that they can go lateral when it comes to kills and hits. So again, Webster's got to make sure that they have at least one person right there in that middle back coverage area.
A very rare mistimed jump there from Lauren Borick. Borick not able to get a good hit off, but we'll see how it pans out with Emma Lepian in the game. And Mary Graff being a little bit more aggressive tonight with those substitutions. A lot of times in the first set, Mary Graff will kind of stick with her original plan, but she's already started to deviate from that. Carter Hilliard in the game, Emma Lepian in the game as well. Unfortunately, it has not made a difference so far as Fontbonne has increased that lead back to 6. And this Webster team just so momentum-based. We've seen it a lot this year, especially at home, where they're playing point for point, going back and forth, and then all of a sudden they'll let the other team get 6 straight points or 5 straight points, and then just not able to come back from that. One big flaw of this Webster team is they have not been a team that comes back well. When they start hot, usually they stay hot, but they have not been a team that's been able to come back well. We'll see if they can start it right here. If Webster were to drop this match against Fontbonne, it puts a lot of pressure on them to win their next 2 against Blackburn and Eureka to make the playoffs. So here's Emma Pramick on the serve for Fontbonne. Sent across, Giglero on the pass. Lepian on the back set to Carter Hilliard. And it's a kill for the freshman, Carter Hilliard.
Right there, Hilliard really starting to get that momentum going. As long as she's got clear hits, she's going to get a good number of kills.
So Sporer and Nelson back into the game. Here's the serve from Nelson. It's a good one and an ace for Mary Nelson.
You know, Robbie, I think what I'm seeing right here, Coach Graff is trying to keep them guessing. She knows that Fontbonne can settle in on a defense and pick it up as quick as lightning. She knows that if she keeps the serves in and she keeps the rotations coming in and keeps substitutions fresh, she can start to get this momentum back in this first set.
Mary Nelson on the serve. It's going to be Warner Click, sets to the middle here, a perfectly placed ball by Jordan Harple. And this Fontbonne attack has been very, very diverse. A lot of different players getting involved. Jordan Harple, maybe their 5th best setter, but she has multiple kills tonight. Nelson on the set to Lauren Borick. And a kill for Lauren Borick. Madison Katz back into the game, the freshman. Warner Click, a nice set to the right side, but blocked at the net, but out of bounds.
Right there, Julia Fry doing what she does best, using her size to her advantage, has great height at the net, and is easily blocking down these kills.
Fry just wasn't able to keep it in bounds, and Fontbonne has increased their lead back to 5, and Webster running out of time, but they're going to get an error from Jaden Fitzgerald. See if Webster can capitalize. Webster with 5 different players in the game right now that can all hit. It's going to make it very difficult in the Fontbonne blocking course. See if they can get a defense here. It is nice dig by Kira Gensel. It's going to be Madison Cass on the right side. Nicely done there by Fontbonne from the back. It's Camp blocked at the net, but out of bounds once again. Another block that the Webster was not able to keep in bounds. And now Fontbonne just 2 points away from taking this first set. Gensel, perfect pass. Nelson, good set to Portell in the middle. Nice save by Warner Click. Joust at the net, won by Fontbonne, but it's kept alive. It's going to be a free ball here for Fontbonne. Warner Click the set. It's going to be the outside for Hannah Gallagher, who hits it over and out.
Webster doing everything they can to keep this set alive. They know that if they do not get this set, it's going to be really hard to come back against a strong offensive team like Fontbonne.
Allie Sporer going to be on the serve for Webster. They got to go on a little run here. If they don't score, maybe even 3 straight points, it's going to be very tough to come back with their backs against the wall. Here's the bump set to the outside. It's Gallagher, blocked at the net by Hilliard, kept alive on Fontbonne side. Camp from the back row, blocked! And that'll be a kill for Webster.
One thing that Webster has in their hand now is that home gymnasium momentum. We see a lot of fans here in support of Dig Pink night here. This is really going to be a momentum changer. They have that home crowd advantage with them. They're really looking to use that to their advantage.
That'll be 4 touches on the side of Fontbonne, and all of a sudden it's a 2-point game. This is a momentum-changing rally right here, because this is the difference between being a 1-point game and being a 3-point game with Fontbonne on set point. A big rally. Warner Click sets in the middle for her. Kept alive. Warner Click this time going to go to the middle again, but it's blocked at the net by Porto, and not able to be returned.
Looking at that play, Warner Click looked like she was doing everything she could to try to get good sets up to her hitters. Webster just really picking up the momentum and really seeing where they're going on defense.
Tell you what, that was a great read by Kaylee Portell there, because it was a really good deke by Kelly Her, the middle hitter. She went up and she was very vocal about it was going to be her who hit the ball. But the set actually went to the outside, and a great read by Portell to get to the outside and get the block. A very nice play. Portell, a difference maker when she's in the game, and now Webster's brought it to a 1-point game. Mentioned Webster is a team that does not come back well. This certainly would be a huge momentum change if Webster is able to bring it back and win set number 1. As we have a quick break, once again, welcome you to the Gorlock Sports Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm Robbie Floyd, joined by Sam Baker. We're here at Grant Gymnasium for SLEAC Conference Volleyball between the Fontbonne University Griffins and the Webster University Gorlocks. Checking out our stats sheet, it is Lauren Borick, Jaden Fitzgerald, and Kristen Camp who are tied with 4 kills to lead the night. Ella Werner-Click has 13 assists to Webster's 8. So by herself, Ella Werner-Click has out-assisted Webster by 5. So here we go, a big rally, a chance for Webster to tie it here in set number 1. Set across. It's Werner-Click setting up, and instead he'll dump it over. A nice read by Portell. Now Madison Katz gets a good hit off. Bump set to the back row. It's going to be a free ball here for Webster. Portell going to have to send it back over. Werner-Click on the nice set to her, but a nice save. Now Madison Katz going to get the hit and the kill.
Some nice bump sets there from Fontbonne, but it just wasn't enough to get around those heavy hitters from Webster.
Kaylee Portell really putting on a show in the middle blocker right now, as now it is all tied up in set number 1. Webster with all the momentum. Bump set to the outside. It's Hannah Gallagher. Tools the block, but it's kept alive. Bork going to dump it over. Werner-Click with the set to the middle for her. Webster able to keep it alive. And that's going to be set over top, and Webster now on set point.
Kaylee Portell is just loving this energy right now. She has really started to make a statement this game. I know we mentioned before we were going to be looking at Ali Sfor on the right side, but honestly, I think Kaylee Portell is starting to take that role over.
Webster, set point. Portell gets the kill, and Webster takes set number 1 on a comeback victory. At one point down, 23-17, Webster able to make the comeback. And what a comeback it was. Seven straight points for Webster to take the victory. And that could be not just a momentum changer in the match, that could be a momentum changer in the season. I mentioned this team, they've had trouble coming back. This is a team that beat them already once this year, able to come back down big late in that set. And that could change Webster's season outlook. What a big win it was for Webster.
It was looking really scary there in the early sets when Webster was down. I think it was about 18-11 or 18-12 at one point during the first set. You really couldn't tell if Webster was going to gain that momentum or back. The errors were just piling up. They were looking a bit flustered. They were able to regroup, get some fresh subs in there. Kaylee Portell did an excellent job of just taking over the offense and really showing them who's going to be dominating this game.
Not only did Portell take over the offense, Portell took over the defense. She made it very difficult for any Fontbonne player to get a clean hit off. And just her awareness to be able to read where Werner-Click was going with the ball. Werner-Click very good at disguising where she wants to go with the ball. And Portell was able to stuff every hit. So Webster riding high. Can they keep that momentum going into set number 2? It's been a quiet night so far from Hannah Gallagher. She's had a couple nice attempts, but not able to get a clean hit off. Only has 2 kills early on. That's going to be the player you look at for Fontbonne. That's their big hitter. Newcomer of the year last year. If Gallagher can get going, it makes this Fontbonne squad even more dangerous. Fontbonne with 5 different players with multiple kills so far tonight. A very diverse attack they have. but it just makes that rhythm a little bit easier when you have one player who's able to dominate.
You can kind of think of it as like a microwave effect, essentially. You got one player that's going to heat up, that energy is going to feed off of each other. You're going to see a lot of hits starting to get a little bit more precise. Fitzgerald and Kampf easily are going to be leading kills this game. I'm going to go ahead and call it now. Bork is going to be stepping up a lot, but Portel and Gensel in the back line, as long as you have those two in, they've been dominating the Webster offensive set so far. And I think if you can get that 1-2-3 from Gensel to Hilliard to even Fry or maybe Portel at the front, you're going to have a lethal offense.
So Webster going to go ahead and let Emelepian start the second set. In fact, we have several different players in for Webster. It's going to be Carter Hilliard and Emelepian starting set number 2. And it is rare that Mary Graff does that. Typically, she rolls with the same starting group. She goes ahead and goes with Hilliard, goes with Emelepian. So we'll see how Webster's able to come out here in set number 2. A massive comeback victory to win set number 1. While our referees are getting the starting lineups underway, this is the Gorlock Sports Network. I'm Robbie Floyd, joined by Sam Baker. We are here at Grant Gymnasium for SLIAC Conference Volleyball. The Webster University Gorlocks taking on the Fontbonne University Griffins. It's been a good one so far. A highly contested 25-23 set number 1. We head into set number 2 here with Chicalero, Gensel, and Bork in the back row. It is Emelepian, the setter, with Kaylee Portel and Carter Hilliard in the front row. Fontbonne rolling with the same starting 6 that they did the first set of the night. Ella Werner-Klick, the setter on the serve. And here we go, set number 2 underway, and immediately an error for Ella Werner-Klick, and a point for Webster.
That's 2 sets in a row that Webster's got the first point. It doesn't look like it may matter anyway because the point difference is so little, especially when Webster found that momentum in the first set. But hey, this could be a trend that we're going to be able to see through the rest of this game.
Werner-Klick with the set to the right side. It's kept alive by Webster. Lepian going to feed Bork. Nice save in the back row by Hannah Gallagher. But a free ball here for Webster. No, instead they're going to say that one went around the pin. So it'll be Webster's point. I mentioned before, Emelepian, she sends a high percentage of her sets to Lauren Borick. A nice set by Portel, and Julia Fry able to punish the overpass. So Webster riding the momentum. At this point, that is 10 straight points going Webster's way. 7 straight to end set 1 and 3 straight here in set number 2. It's going to be Camp from the right side who is going to pick up the kill. Kristen Camp, the freshman. She now leads the building in kills with 5. Here's Jaden Fitzgerald on the serve. It's a good one. Lepian on the set to the middle to Julia Fry. And that'll be 4 touches, as they're going to say she touched it on her way down. Mary Graff asking for clarification. She looks content with it. So it's 3-2. Fontbonne trailing by 1.
It must not have been that close of a call if we see Coach Graff as composed as she did.
Here's Lepian on the back set to Carter Hilliard. Beautifully placed ball, and Hilliard with the kill.
Hilliard can hit. When she goes into the front line, she proves that no matter which way she goes, lateral ways, if she's on the outside or if she's on the right side, she's going to be able to find the corners. When she starts to get towards her junior and senior season, I feel like that strength and that fitness is going to play along to the age maturity as well. She's going to be a lethal league-leading hitter come later down the road.
Nelson on the serve. It's a good one. Werner-Klick to the outside for Gallagher. Going to get the kill. And to follow up on your point, Sam, Carter Hilliard is already a very good collegiate blocker. Her hitting, we see it at times like there that is perfect, and we see her make mistakes at times. But if she can develop her hitting, then she turns into one of the best dual threats similar to some of the best players in the conference. Here's the serve here by Pramick. Ooh, not a good pass by Tori Chicalero. She kind of got caught in between. Didn't know if she wanted to bump past it or set it over top. And it'll be an ace for Emma Pramick. Pramick back to serve. We're back to tied here at Grant Gymnasium. Nelson on the set to Lauren Bork on the right side. Kept alive. It's going to be Camp on the right side. Kept alive. It's going to be tough for Webster to return, though. It's going to be a free ball here for Fontbonne. Warner Click, the set to the middle, and a kill for Harple. Here's Emma Pramick once again. A lob serve. Nelson on the set to Lord Bork. And a kill for Bork.
I think the middle of the court right there has been Bork's sweet spot for the whole night. We've seen her get the most height on her kills, but when she's right there at the middle of the net, I think she's able to see a lot more of the court from that angle as well. Normally when she's on the outside, she's kind of got that one angle trajectory. And when she's in the middle of the court, she's got the whole defense to kind of work with.
It's going to be set to the middle for Harple, and the kill for Jordan Harple. You mentioned this earlier as a home game, Sam, and I'll tell you what, Fontbonne right down the road, and they sure brought a crowd tonight. They've been loud. Kristen Camp on the serve. It's going to be Madison Katz with a perfect pass, and Allie Spoor maybe getting ahead of herself, tried to dump it over, no good, and it's going to be saved by Lauren Bork. Bump set. Bork off her back foot. It's going to be a free ball here for Fontbonne. Hampel blocked to the net by Julia Fry, and they're not able to return it. Here Gensel on the serve. It's going to be Warner Click going to the outside for Gallagher. And it'll be a net violation on Mary Nelson. She made contact with that net going up for the block. So Fontbonne able to reclaim the lead once again. It's 7-6 here in set number 2. And a Gallagher on the serve. Set to the middle and a kill for Kaylee Portell.
Right as she gets subbed in, she takes no problem at all. She just gets the kill so easily. She's been such a detrimental part of this offense so far. And looking at the kill numbers right now, she's right there behind Lauren Bork, and that should be 4 on the night for her. She could definitely be matching that same percentage.
This one sent up. It's going to be a free ball here for Webster. Fontbonne not able to get a good attack off. It's going to be set to the middle. Kept alive. Madison Katz. It's going to be an out-of-system play here for Fontbonne and a free ball for Webster. Spoor the set to Carter Hilliard from the back row. Kept alive, dumped over. Nice play by Lauren Bork. Fontbonne, Warner Click going to set up to the outside. It's Fitzgerald. No good. Free ball here for Fontbonne. Warner Click to the middle. Save once again. A long rally here. These rallies can be so momentum changing in the game. Now to the back row, it's Hannah Gallagher who hits it over top.
And Webster's proved that no matter how long the point is going to last, they're going to be able to stay. They're going to stay focused in it. They're going to stay attached to the game. They're not going to lose focus. They're not going to get frazzled. That just goes to show their fitness and their athletic abilities, especially right now at the middle of the season. As when you get to weight workouts and different fitness levels, you start to kind of hit that peak moment of your physical fitness in the season, especially with the longevity. It's a little bit different than what we've seen in the past. However, past this point, past the middle of the season, towards the end of it, you're going to start to taper a lot of those workouts. You're going to let the body kind of rest from all that stress that you put on it through the beginning and the middle of the season, and you're going to see a lot more effective plays offensively and defensively.
Allie Spoor with another double touch call, though the Webster fans did not like it. So Emma Lepian back into the game. Jessica Molden back to serve. It's a good serve from Molden. And Bork from the back row, still able to get a tack off. Now it's going to be Camp from the back row. Gensel on the dig. Lepian sets to the middle for Portell. Tooled at the net. Now to the outside. It is blocked by Portel, kept alive. Webster, bump set for Madison Katz, who hits it over top.
What a great transition there on offense from Webster on that play. They kind of made an arch, moving their way around the court. They did a great job of finding their hitters. They just overshot that one just a little bit.
Katz a little bit too eager, jumped a little bit too early. So Molden on the serve, another good serve from Molden. It's going to be Carter Hilliard from the right side. Kept alive. Now from the back row, it's Camp. Who's going to be blocked at the net by Portel and Katz.
Hilliard gave a look there to Portel. It looked like she was very close to that antenna. That could have easily gone around the left side there. A little bit of a lucky play, you could call it.
That play was out of system for Webster, so the set was not a clean one. I don't believe it came from Emma Lepian, or if it did, she had to bump set it. And it was just a little bit too close to the pin. Good focus by Hilliard to keep that one in play. And Chicalero is going to send that straight into the net, and it's 10-9. Fontbonne wins the race to 10 points once again. It did not matter in the first set. Webster still able to come back and win thanks to a 7 straight point run they went on at the end. Lepian going to set this one up for Bork. Nice save on the other side by Werner Click. Kept alive. Portel finds the empty part of the court.
That court vision is so crucial, especially when everyone's kind of crowded along its outside. Portel doing an amazing job of spotting that gap and recognizing that the entire Fontbonne defense is focused on one side of the court.
Portel on the serve. It's going to be Werner Click with the set to the outside for Fitzgerald. Not able, no. It was tipped at the net, so it's going to be Fontbonne point. Tipped by Webster blocker, and they're going to get the point. Fitzgerald back to serve. It's a perfect pass, perfect set. Carter Hilliard from the right side, the kill.
Fundamental play right there. You can't go wrong with any type of those plays. Right there, Julia Fry doing a good job of kind of being a distraction. I think Fontbonne was kind of expecting Borg to be on the outside, but right there, Hilliard showing her versatility as on offense and defense respectively.
Lepian with a perfect back set to Carter Hilliard, and that is exactly how you draw it up. They called that in system for a reason, as Mary Nelson going to be on the serve. This one going to be a bump set to the outside for Hannah Gallagher. Nice save, good vision from Lauren Bork. And they're not going to be able to return it. Lauren Bork, known for her big arm. Great vision on that one. She's able to pick up the kill. Bork has come a long way from that hard swinging freshman that she was 2 years ago. She has really turned into an all-encompassing player, and that's why she was Player of the Year last year. It's going to be a free ball for Webster. Nelson with the set. Julia Fry on the right side. It's dug out by Werner Click. Out of system here for Fontbonne. Nice save by Tori Chicalero. Set to the middle. Tooled at the net. Werner Click on the set to Gallagher on the right side. The kill for Hannah Gallagher. We're all tied up once again. Highly contested volleyball here tonight between these two teams. Conference rivals. Emma Pramick on the serve. It's a good one. Boric with a good pass. Nelson with a good set. And it's going to be kept alive. Nice play by Pramick. Here's Boric on the outside. Kill Lauren Boric. Boric was passed by Eric Wanyani of Westminster in terms of kills. Boric trying to have a big night to reclaim that. Good set by Werner Click. Webster able to adjust. Werner Click now going to set up here to Kampf on the right side. It's a kill for Kristen Kampf.
Kristen Kampf really starting to make an impact now. She now leads Fontbonne. She's got 6 kills on the evening. As you can see, she really wants to take over that role of being a leader.
Fontbonne, of course, had the newcomer of the year last year in Hannah Gallagher. Kristen Kampf may be heading toward a season like that as well. Bump set, Allie Spoor on the right side. It's going to be Werner Click on the set. Instead, she's going to dump it over. Tell you what, if she didn't get the tip of the net there, that might have been a kill for Werner Click. Now to the outside, Gallagher with a nice strong hit. It's an overset. And a nice adjustment. That's 4 touches for Webster. A fantastic play. I believe that was Jordan Harple. One of those overpasses. Harple able to punish. So here's Kristen Camp on the serve. Neither team has held more than a 3-point lead, and Mary Nelson on the dump and kill.
A little bit of a fumble there on defense. Fontbonne's really just got to get that focus back that they had earlier in the first set. Try to move the ball. They're moving the ball around fairly well. They just got to make sure that they're able to come off the defense really good.
Good set to the right side for Harple, and the kill for Jordan Harple. Here's Hannah Gallagher on the serve. Fontbonne trying to take their first 2-point lead of the match, of the set rather. And it's going to be a Webster point. Good job by Portell to tool the block. I mentioned before the match the big 3 Fontbonne hitters. It's really been a big 4 with Jordan Harple joining Kristen Camp, Hannah Gallagher, and Jaden Fitzgerald. They all have 5 kills at least. Here's Allie Spoor on the serve. It's a good one. Bump set to the outside for Fitzgerald. Gets a good hit off. Spoor with the set. It's going to be Madison Katz. Just hits it over top. That's the 3rd time tonight we've seen Katz jump a little bit too early, not able to get on top of that ball as she's trying to hit it going downward. So Fontbonne leading by 1. It's Molden once again. She's one of the best servers for Fontbonne. A serving specialist for the most part. And another good serve here is Webster. Not able to get a good attack, but a nice save by Hannah Gallagher. Kristen Camp going to get the kill as she tools the block at the net.
What a nice contact there from Hannah Gallagher. That dig right there was pretty impressive. The way she was able to get right under it and kind of set it up perfectly to get that kill.
It was not an ideal attack attempt for Webster, but Hilliard still was able to find a nice piece of the court, but a fantastic save by Hannah Gallagher. Gallagher's such a good player. She could be in line for a Player of the Year award in her career. That's going to be a lift or a double touch for Kaylee Portell.
Robbie, I know you touched on earlier the race for Freshman of the Year. That's always a well-respected award to kind of see who's going to be up and coming through the later years. I know we talked about Kristen Camp and Carter Hilliard. I think that's going to be 2 of the main contenders we see this year for Freshman of the Year, because they're going to be looking at consistency. Who's had the best season so far when it comes to longevity? Who's played consistently? Who's had good matches, not just breakout matches, but who's had consistent, good stat lines?
Jaden Fitzgerald on the kill. I apologize. That last rally was a double touch on the side of Fontbonne, so it was Webster's point. It was a late call because the ball was on Webster's side of the court when they called it, so I thought it was on against Webster. But Fontbonne able to get their first 2-point lead of the set. Spoor with a nice tight set to Kaylee Portell, who gets the kill. The pass was not perfect, but Spoor able to maintain that close contact with the net and get the set off, and Kaylee Portell able to send it down. This match, besides Webster being up 3-0 at the very beginning, has not been within more than 2 points. Fry gets it across. Nice save by Gallagher once again. Bump set for Jaden Fitzgerald on the outside. That might have been going out, but it's going to be kept in play regardless. Carter Hilliard with a nice hit. Kept alive. Nice play by her. Fitzgerald gets a good hit off. Was it tipped at the net? They're going to say it was. I couldn't tell if there was a tip at the net or not. Looks like the refs are going to say that there was. And Mary Graff not happy about it, and you can understand why. It's a very big part of the match. That would have given Webster a tie game. Instead, they're down by 2. Spoor on the set, back set to Carter Hilliard. Nice save by Werner Click. Now it's going to be Camp on the right side, kept alive. And that'll be a double touch on the side of Fontbonne.
Way to stay composed there for Webster. They looked a little frazzled, and Coach Graff not really losing her temper, but letting the referees know that, hey, you guys missed that call. We saw something different. And even then, I was looking at Portell in the back line. It looked like she had to do a bit of a matrix duck there to kind of avoid the pure speed coming from that hit. These balls are flying fast out here tonight, Robbie.
They are. A lot of talented hitters in this match. And nice dig by Kira Gensel. The set to Lauren Borick. It's not a good one, but Borick still able to get a good hit off and get the kill.
It's just some bad miscommunication there from Fontbonne. No one knew who was going to be able to take that dig. Got to play a little bit smarter and more aggressive than that.
So Webster thought they had a tie a couple rallies ago. They didn't, but they have a tie now. It's 19-all. Here's Mary Nelson on the serve. It's a beautiful pass, beautiful set. Camp on the hit. Nice dig by Tori Ciccolero. Borick off her back foot. Set to the outside for Fitzgerald. Kept alive. It's Hannah Gallagher, rather. Fitzgerald on the pass. Good set to the middle. Her. Kept alive. Joust to the net. Run by her. And kept alive again. Now to the outside. Hannah Gallagher. Finds it. Borick. Going to push it to the other side. Now the bump set to the back row. Fitzgerald going to try to find a piece of the court. Not able to, but it's going to be a free ball here for Fontbonne. Good attack attempt. Set up to the right side for Camp. And a kill for Kristen Camp. A valiant effort by Tori Ciccolero to keep that thing up. But Camp with the kill.
Right there, Julia Fry and Mary Nelson doing everything they can off the first touches. Webster just has to really work on getting that ball from the setter position to the hitting position. As long as you get the digs, just focus on the offense and let it take care of itself.
Credit Fontbonne for putting some good attacks off that Webster hasn't been able to set up a perfect attack because they've had to spend two players to just keep the ball in the air. And at that point, you have to just dump the ball over and give Fontbonne a free ball. That set, or that rally rather, was all Fontbonne with Webster making some very good defensive plays. But here we go. It's 20-19. Fontbonne, their biggest lead of the set has been just 2 points. The biggest lead of the set by either team was 3 at the very beginning when Webster led 3-0. Sporer on the hit. This one going to be kept alive. Warner Click, nice tight set to the middle, but a block by Julia Fry. Kept alive. Now Gallagher finds Tori Ciccolero. It's an overpass. Nice block by Julia Fry. Now to the right side. Camp hits it straight into the net, and we're tied up once again.
Julia Fry or Kaylee Portell, you take your pick. Either one of them are going to lead this defense and keep the ball alive for Webster. Great play there from the junior.
You know, when Kaylee Portell was hurt, you wondered, how is this defense going to function without Portell? Well, Julia Fry, she did not miss a beat when she was in the game, and has not tonight as well. Fry or Portell, they've both been dominant in the middle, especially on the defensive side. A lot of lead changes in this one. Set to the middle. It's kept alive. Warner Click going to set it to Camp once again. Camp finds a kill. (21-20). One of these teams trying to pull away here. It's going to be to the middle. Julia Fry, nice dig, but not able to keep in play. Good for Camp to get underneath that thing. She just was not able to keep it in play, and Kaylee Portell back into the game. And once again, you see Webster with 5 different players who can hit on the court. That is so difficult to defend because Fontbonne has no clue where the ball is going right now. But a big, crucial error for Kira Gensel. Webster has been a very good serving team so far tonight. That's just the second error they've had. But it comes in a crucial spot with Fontbonne with a big chance to capture momentum here. And Hannah Gallagher, one of their best servers, on the other side. Bump set, it's going to be to Madison Katz. Gets a good hit off of. Bump set to the outside. It's going to be a double touch. So back-to-back crucial mistakes by either team, and we are back where we started, all tied up 22-22.
We saw this in the last set, Robbie. It really came down to the last 3 points. Both teams, when they get past 20, that's when the intensity just increases about 5 levels. I think we're going to see that same intensity that we saw in the first set and carried on through the third.
Bump set outside. Nice attack by Jaden Fitzgerald, who gets the kill. Neither team has been able to pull away. I'll mention again, Webster started off the set 3-0, and then it was tied 4-4. Since then, neither team has been able to build a lead more than 2 points. And it's going to be a Fontbonne timeout. I wondered when somebody was going to take a timeout. It's been such a highly contested game. Usually coaches like to save their timeouts for when the momentum's starting to get away, try to reset things. But in a tightly contested game like this, where every single rally is a battle, sometimes you want to take a timeout to just cool things down. They've been highly focused since the start of the set.
And that may be one of Coach Graf's strategies, is matching the energy from Fontbonne. If they're not going to take a timeout, well, then we're not going to take a timeout. We're going to stay focused. We're not going to pull the attention away from the game. If you have a good rotation through offense, why take that timeout and kind of disrupt that momentum? They really want to rely on the offensive momentum that they started to see through this entire game so far. So I think that Coach Graf is just going to kind of take it easy. She's going to be a little more conservative with timeouts, especially come the third set. And we may even see this go towards 4 and 5. I see with these point differences that they are right now, especially past 20, we are definitely going to see a 4th and 5th set tonight.
I'll tell you what, Sam. I think that if Webster wins this set right here, that is so demoralizing for Fontbonne, it may be a 3-0 sweep. I think this one's either going 3 sets. If Webster wins here, they're going to win the next one, or it's going 5. But we'll see.
We will have to see. Indeed.
We will see.
It is just that close of a matchup that you can never really tell.
Whoever loses this set is going to feel demoralized because both teams have played very good volleyball, and one of the best servers for Fontbonne's in the game. And another good serve, and Webster's not able to get a good tack off. Here it is, the set to the outside. Fitzgerald gets the kill, and Fontbonne's on set point. Jessica Molden, a serving specialist. She really only comes in the game to serve, and she's been excellent so far tonight with a chance to close out set number 2. Here's Molden. Set across. Kept alive, and again, not able to be a good return for Webster. Warner Click for a chance to win the set. Gallagher tools the block. It's no good. Kept alive by Webster, but no! A miscommunication is going to end it for Webster, and a 25-22 Fontbonne set win in set number 2. Go ahead, Sam.
I was going to say, Robbie, it looked like right there, it looked like Webster just kind of got tired. It looked like the fatigue of, that was just such a rough set. Looking through the beginning, through the end, we've had some long rallies in that set. They just looked tired, and they looked like they wanted to get this set over with as quickly as they could, have a fresh start come the third set. They're tied now 1-1. They got a little bit of room to work with. They got one set under their belt. As long as they're able to keep the rotations tight and making sure that your hitters get in good positions, that's going to take care of itself. The setting is not there tonight. It hasn't been there all season. It's definitely one of their Achilles heels, and something that I think Coach Graf is really going to have to work on come postseason. But as long as we see the rotations working good and we see the energy just keeping your head up through the set, you can turn around this game.
One thing for both teams, because it is Dig Pink night here at Grant Gymnasium, they're going to get a little bit extra long break here between set number 2 and 3. So we are going to take a break, a little bit of a long break. We got some activities for Dig Pink night. Please check out the Dig Pink website. They are a fantastic foundation for breast cancer awareness. We're going to take a break here at the Gorlock Sports Network. We'll be back in about 4 minutes for set number 3 between Fontbonne and Webster. Back to the Gorlock Sports Network. We're here at Grant Gymnasium in a SLIAC conference matchup between the Webster University Gorlocks and the Fontbonne University Griffins. I'm Robbie Floyd. This is Sam Baker. We've had a good one so far. Just to recap, Webster took a 25-23 victory in set number 1. Fontbonne with a 25-22 victory in set number 2. Both sets have been highly contested. In set number 2, we did not have either team able to take a lead bigger than 3 points. Webster took the first 3 points of the game. Fontbonne took the last 3 points of the game. Besides that, it was a lock, drag out fight in set number 2. So interesting, the Gorlocks won set number 1 and lost set number 2, and they're going to go ahead and roll out their starting lineup from set number 2 for this one. Fontbonne sticking with the same starting lineup that they've had all night. Fontbonne with Werner Click, Hannah Gallagher, and Emma Pramick in the back row. Jaden Fitzgerald, Kristen Camp, and Emily Herr in the front row. I'm sorry, it is Kelly Herr, not Emily, Kelly Herr. And we're underway here in set number 3. It's going to be outside to Fitzgerald. Nice dig by Kira Gensel. Bump set to the outside. Kristen Camp. It is going to be a kill for Camp. She tools it off the block.
Fontbonne finally broke that trend where Webster would always get the first point in each set. Maybe too early to tell, but could be a bit of a change in order.
Fontbonne trying to ride the momentum they had at the end of set number 2. Lauren Borick, you don't see her very often not hit where she wants to hit it. Sends that one straight into the net.
Looked like on that one she had a great trajectory too. Her height was great. She jumped on time. Just a little bit too hard on the follow through.
Lepian gonna go to the middle for Hilliard, who puts it perfect in the corner. Yeah, that one by Borick, that's one of those. The set was perfect. The jump was perfectly timed. Just missed it. Just hit it a little bit too high up the top. But I'm sure Webster gonna go right back to Borick. This one gonna be set to the outside. It is Hannah Gallagher. It has been a big 4 for Fontbonne. They have 4 different players with 6 kills or more. Hannah Gallagher getting her 7th on that one. Feels like Hannah Gallagher still has not caught fire to her best ability tonight. If she does that, Fontbonne becomes even more dangerous. Here's Lauren Borick. Hits that one on top of the net, but able to get a favorable roll and get the kill. Molly Spohr back into the game, as well as Mary Nelson. So here we go, Webster trying to keep this within. Rather, they're going to hit that one over top, and it's going to be a 2-point Fontbonne lead. That'll be the 3rd service error for Webster. Here's Kristen Camp on the serve. Chicalero, the pass is good. The set is good. Julia Fry on the right side. Nice save by Fontbonne. Sent back over and a kill. That's Hannah Gallagher. Fontbonne with a 3-point lead. Go ahead, Sam.
One thing I like there from Fry, she's doing really good at the run and gun. She kind of has a little bit of movement when she goes in for a kill, and it's always kind of on point. It's that last time just a bit unlucky, but saves it right there and gets the redemption point.
Yeah, fantastic adjustment. That was one of those, we mentioned the in-system plays where it just looks exactly how you practice it. That's the opposite of how you practice it. The pass wasn't good, the set was off balance, and Fry just able to find a weak part of the court and get the kill. Lauren Borick on the serve. This one going to be set up. Werner Click to the middle. Now it's going to be Madison Katz. A fantastic save by Emma Pramick, but still not able to be returned. Nice play by Madison Katz, the freshman. Borick on the serve. It's a very good serve. Bump set. Now it's going to be not returned. Ooh. Probably should have been 4 touches before them, but they let Fontbonne continue to try to return it. But it's going to be a tie game, 5-5. Lauren Bork back to serve once again. Warner Click going to backward dump. Not able to get it off. A fantastic play by Madison Katz to read that. And it's going to be a kill by Allie Spoor.
Allie Spoor really, that could be the start of her momentum. We haven't seen a big breakout game from her tonight. We've seen a lot more from, guys like Portel, but that could be a momentum changer right there. We could see her start to heat up just like Gallagher could be looking to do in Fontbonne.
Ella Werner Click with a fantastic effort there. We talk about back sets, where that is where you set it to the opposite way that you're facing. So if the outside hitter is in front of you, you set it to the right side hitter behind you. But that was a backward dump, something I haven't seen in Grant Gymnasium before. A great play by Madison Katz to even read that. But Fontbonne had a 5-2 lead. Webster took the next 4 points, and Fontbonne took a timeout. So we didn't get our first timeout till about, serve number 47 in the last set, and this one we're getting at serve number 11.
It felt like that.
So we'll see. Webster trying to build off of that momentum they had in set number 1. A hard-fought set number 2 that Fontbonne was able to come away with at the very end. Webster trying to turn the tide here. But nice for us, Sam, and nice for the people at home. We're getting at least 4 sets. It's been a fantastic competitive match so far. We're going to be seeing at least 4 sets. The first matchup between these two teams did go 4 sets, with Fontbonne winning 3-1. Webster on the serve. It's going to be Werner Click on the set to the outside for Hannah Gallagher. Not able to roll over the net. That's 5 straight points for Webster. Set up to the middle. Nice block by Julia Fry.
Julia Fry really doing a good job at the net. We've seen her in the past set. She's still doing it through this third set. She's really been on fire this game. Typically, we don't see as big a breakout games in Fry that we do in this game, but she's getting it done, so I say keep her in a little bit longer.
And a Gallagher might be getting going here in set number 3. But to your point, Fry, she is I don't know if you'd go as far as say elite, but she's a very, very good college blocker. She's been getting better as a hitter, and really, tonight, I agree with you, has been one of her best hitting games. Spoor from the outside, gets a good hit attack off. It's going to be kept alive on the side of Fontbonne. Fry with a good block. Now set back to Fitzgerald on the outside. It's tipped by Webster. The hit did land out of bounds, but it was tipped by a Webster blocker, so a kill for Jaden Fitzgerald. Serve is good. Pass is not, so it's going to be a free ball here for Fontbonne. Werner Click the set. It's going to be to Camp from the back row. Finds a patch of cord and a kill for Kristen Camp.
Ginsel almost right there under the ball, just a little bit to the side. Tried to go for that one-hander like Gallagher's been doing all night, but a little unsuccessful on that play.
Hannah Gallagher is one of the best servers for Fontbonne. Sends that one straight into the net, so a nice break for Webster. They lead 9-8. Here at Ginsel on the serve. It's a beautiful one, and Ginsel with an ace. Ginsel has talked a lot about how she prides herself on being a very good server. Certainly wanted to wash off the bad taste in her mouth from her last serve that was sent straight into the net. Ginsel gets an ace, follows it up with a nice serve to the back row. This one, nice, beautiful set to the outside, and a kill for Jaden Fitzgerald.
And speaking of bad taste in your mouth, Webster's kind of had a sour taste in their mouth since their mass matchup with Fontbonne. They really wanted that win last time. It was early in their season, and Webster did a really good job of kind of establishing their dominance as one of the top contenders in the conference. So now they're really just looking for revenge.
Jessica Molden back into the game. She's a serving specialist. Portel finds a patch and gets the kill. If you're Fontbonne, you'd certainly love to see Molden stay in for more than one serve because that means that they won the first point she was in. But Molden comes in, serves, and gets out. So here's Allie Spoor. Warner Click, back set, but nobody's there. A miscommunication on the side of Fontbonne. Kristen Camp should have been there. Talk about that back set, try to deke the defense. I unfortunately think she deked her own team. This one's sent over. This one going to be a front set to Jaden Fitzgerald, who gets a beautiful hit across. I think that'll be a free ball for Fontbonne. Set up, good middle set, saved by Spoor. Now it's going to be Hilliard on the right side. Kept alive, free ball for Webster now. Gensel, Spoor, sets to Portell, but a double touch. Not that it would have mattered anyway. That is the 5th double touch by Allie Spoor on the night. Ella Werner Click had a very rough set one. She was not at her best. Since then, Werner Click has been that high-tier setter that she has been the rest of the year. Lepian going to get it to Hilliard on the outside. Kept alive. Werner Click, back set to Camp. Tooled at the net, kept alive. Bork on the set. Back set to Madison Katz. No good. Nice hit, but a dig by Borick. Set to Katz again. Dig on the other side by Gallagher. Back set to Camp. Camp tools the block, kept alive. Lepian gonna go to Bork from the back row. Bork not able to get on top of it.
Right there, that Lepian, the Borick duo right there is so crucial. Lauren almost had a good positioning. It looked like she was just a little too far up front and therefore had a little more leverage coming in the hit. Kind of explains how she overshot that one.
Lauren's last 4 attack attempts have not been very good. Bork just out of her game right now. Hilliard gets a good attack off. This one going to be out to the outside. Fitzgerald on the hit, and it's going to be a net violation. That is Kaylee Portell who's called on the net violation. And it's all tied up, 12-12. Warner Click on the serve. It's a good one, and an ace for Warner Click. Ella Werner Click on the serve. This one, Lepian gonna set, nice tight to the middle. And that'll be a double touch on, no, instead it's a lift on Kaylee Portell.
And that's a trend that we've started to see here, especially in this third set, Robbie. It seems like it all kind of starts with a service error, and then you see 2 double taps in a row. You see maybe 3 or 4 errors in a row before you finally see someone break that streak with a point. However, that's just going to be crucial coming down to this third and fourth sets. We know we've been looking for one before. Right now, Fontbonne only up by 1, but those error points are going to be crucial coming into this final set.
It's interesting. You wonder if that competitive set 2 took their toll, because set 2 was each team making a play. Set 3 has kind of been each team making a mistake. This one going to be Lepian. Back set to Carter Hilliard. It's a good attack, saved by Werner Click, but out of system now for Fontbonne. A great attack by Kristen Camp. Again, that hit was dug out by Werner Click, so it was a non-setter who put the ball up for Kristen Camp. The set wasn't perfect, but Camp makes a great adjustment to get a good hit off. Lepian going to set it up for Borick. Lauren Borick is back with the kill. That had to feel good. Borick's last couple attack attempts haven't been pretty. That one certainly was.
Right there, that isolation play looked so clean right there. Lauren knew exactly where that ball was going before she even hit it.
Maybe a little bit of anger on that hit as well as Borick hit that straight to 2 blockers, and it's going to be a block by Borick and Fry. Now Hilliard on a solo block on the other side, but it's kept alive. Lepian dumps it over, finds the court. Emma Lepian on the kill.
Right there, Fontbonne, they knew that Lepian was going to hit that back set there to Hilliard on the right side. They were looking at it so visually. However, Lepian said, nope, I'm going to go ahead and just dump this over because I know you're not going to be right there in the middle.
That's a move Lepian doesn't do a whole lot, but when she does it, she's very successful. That is a powerful hit by Kristen Camp. And it is so vital to have a strong lefty on the right side, because it's really like you have 2 outside hitters. Obviously, most volleyball teams put their best hitter on the outside. And for a righty, that's on the left side of the court. But if you have a lefty, it's almost like you have two outside hitters with that lefty on the right side of the court. Lepian back set to Carter Hilliard, and a kill for Hilliard. Mary Nelson back into the game, as well as Allie Spoor. Nelson on the serve. It's going to be Werner Click, back set to Camp on the other side. Nice dig by Tori Chicalero. Bump set for Borick off her back foot. It's going to be bump set to the outside for Hannah Gallagher, who finds the kill. Webster had two players out of position there. It was as if they were going to go up for a double block, but neither blocker got up in time. So Webster was spread out on their defense in the back row. This one going to be Allie Spoor, who hits it out.
I don't know if I would have had Mary Nelson come back that far. I think Gensel was in a good enough position where Mary could have stayed right there on the right side, and you could have had two options there going across the net.
Once again, neither team has had a bigger than 3-point lead, and Fontbonne's going to take a 3-point lead with an ace from Kristen Camp and a Webster timeout. And since Fontbonne had that 6-point lead back in set number 1, since then, neither team has held more than a 3-point lead. And this set has been no different. Fontbonne with their biggest lead of the set with a 19-16 lead over Webster into the Webster timeout.
One thing I want to look for going into the rest of this set, Robbie, I want to see some better plays from Carter Hilliard. We've seen a lot better. She's played a lot better earlier in the season. I remember there was one game against Spalding where we mentioned who's going to have that breakout game as a freshman, who's going to make that statement early in the season. And it looked like it was going to be Carter Hilliard. We know she's going to be a contender for freshman of the year, of course. But so far through this game, she's only got 5 kills. Fontbonne has 3 players that are over 10 kills so far through the game. Webster's got Borick with 10. Portel's right up there with 9. Hilliard has got to get her kill number up there. And I realize that she hasn't had a ton of minutes tonight, but if she starts to pick up that momentum a little bit more, she's going to help Webster out that much more to kind of even out this lead.
Another player you look to step up is Allie Spoor. She was their big breakout star last year. And Spoor has 2 kills but 4 errors. You don't want to see, and she's also tied for second on the team in attempts tonight. So you definitely don't want to see your second highest volume hitter with twice as many errors as they have kills. So Kristen Camp looking to continue the momentum for Fontbonne. The freshman having a fantastic game, and it's going to be Lauren Borick from the back row, but that play was dead from the start. Chicalero not able to get a good pass off to the setter. And Fontbonne has a 4-point lead, the biggest lead since set number 1. It's a lob to Julia Fry. It's going to be Borick on the outside, and it is a kept alive. Webster wants 4 hits. It wasn't called, and it's going to be kept alive. It's going to be Gallagher from the outside, and they're going to get a kill. And Mary Graff can't believe that they didn't get called for 4 hits. It looked like 2 different Fontbonne players touched the ball on the way down, but the refs didn't see it that way, and another call going against Webster, so a 5-point lead for Fontbonne. Not going to be tipped by the Fontbonne blockers, and a kill. I do want to go back to that last serve by Kristen Camp, because that was the second time I've seen Camp serve it, intentionally lob serve it to the front row to make Julia Fry pass it, because obviously Julia Fry not a primary passer. That's the second time they've done it. An interesting play. The joust is won by Fontbonne. That's Eller Werner Click once again. Fontbonne with a 5-point lead, and the momentum right now is all in Fontbonne's favor. Good pass, good set. It's going to be Madison Katz, who mistimed her jump. So a free ball here for Fontbonne. Back set to Camp from the back row. Blocked by Katz, but kept alive. It's going to be a free ball for Webster. Out of system. Another free ball for Webster. Madison Cats not able to get a hit off. 2 free balls for Webster, not able to take advantage of either. This one hit across, nice save by Gensel. Set up for Madison Cats. Tipped at the net and a kill for Madison Cats.
Cats really putting in a good effort right there. It looked like she was trying so hard to get that kill. At least 3 attempts set to her on the outside right there, and she finally got lucky with that tip. Also a much needed point for Webster right here is they're only down by a couple right here. If they can get over 20 and gain that momentum back, they could change the set like they did back in the second.
It was a very similar spot back in set number 1. Fontbonne had a 22-17 lead, and Webster routed off 8 straight points to win it. Webster going to need 7 straight points to win it here in set number 3. If they're going to win it by the same score. This one going to be set up by Werner Click to the outside for Fitzgerald. It's a kill for Jaden Fitzgerald. Fontbonne inching ever so close to that 25 mark, and of course, set number 3, it's a crucial one. You look at professional sports, that game 3 in a 5-game series is oftentimes the team that wins that game is the team that wins the series. Volleyball, a very similar fashion. And it is their setting specialist into the game in Jessica Molden. Kept alive. This one going to be Jaden Fitzgerald able to get a good hit off. It's going to be overpassed and a kill. That's Kelly Herr on the overpass, able to make it hurt. And now Fontbonne on set point here in set number 3.
That is just efficient offense being put into action right there. Webster just doing all they can on defense.
Beautiful set, or serve by Molden rather. It's going to be tooled at the net. And a kill for Kaylee Portel. Great job by Gensel to get underneath that serve because it was a perfectly placed serve. Gensel able to keep it in the air. And Kaylee Portel does the rest. So Webster going to need to rattle off at least 4 straight if they're going to push this into overtime. So Spoor back. This is a pressure situation for Spoor. She cannot make a mistake for at least 4 straight serves. Here it comes. Warner Click, back set to her. Kept alive. It's going to be bump set to Carter Hilliard. And that's over top. So Fontbonne takes set number 3 by a score of 25-20. And Fontbonne just 1 set away from sweeping Webster on the season. So Fontbonne has actually beaten Webster the last 2 times they've played. Before that, Webster had 8 straight victories over Fontbonne. So Webster went on an 8-game win streak. Fontbonne currently on a 2-game win streak.
$90 goes to our winner. We're going to pick a winner here. Coach Santiago, go and pick a winner out.
So I don't know for a fact, but I have to imagine this is the first time in a long time that Fontbonne has been able to sweep the regular season series against Webster.
Number is 385-142. 385-142.
Once again, it is Dig Pink night here at Grant Gymnasium between these 2 teams.
There we go.
Please visit the Dig Pink Foundation, a fantastic foundation dedicated to curing breast cancer awareness. Dig Pink night, one of my favorite nights of the year for volleyball. I love the Dig Pink uniforms that Webster breaks out, especially that libero uniform that Gensel has, that navy blue with the pink. It looks very, very clean.
And that's kind of just like an ego booster too, you know, when you see a fresh uniform in the locker room, it gives you a little more pep in your step, if you will, Robbie, because on the court you want to look clean, you want to look fresh. Obviously they've been waiting all season to get these uniforms, and I think it's just kind of helping them out. Their energy still looks good on the bench. In the huddle, looks like no one's looking discouraged. They know they're still in this game. They're working through this 3rd set right here, coming into the 4th one. We know it's going to be a close one. We saw it from the beginning. Webster just has to look good on offense, and they have got to keep the error number to a minimum. As long as they do that, they can hold in contention with Fontbonne.
And Fontbonne, to their credit, they made some plays down the stretch of that 3rd set. Fontbonne made some big plays. Elle Warner Click had an amazing 3rd set. Hannah Gallagher had a big 3rd set. But early on, Webster very easily could have really gotten that game out of control, but they just kept making mistakes and kept giving Fontbonne free points, and Fontbonne, they just stayed in the game long enough to take it at the very end. So Webster cannot drop another set tonight. A quick recap. Set number 1, Webster took it by a score of 25-23. Set number 2 was won by Fontbonne, 25-22. And then Fontbonne took set number 3, 25-20. Webster coming into this game 3-3 in conference play, 9-9 in the regular season. Webster certainly needing to up their game a little bit and get hot going into playoffs. The nice thing is, as long as you make playoffs, right, then the regular season doesn't matter. Go into playoffs, start to feel good there, and you can easily take down a conference championship. But Webster with some key losses already this season. I mentioned the loss to Fontbonne. And then their other 2 conference losses coming to Greenville and Westminster in back-to-back games. And Webster still has to play those 2 teams again. They have to play Westminster here at home. That's their last regular season game. And they have to play Greenville at Greenville, which is always a tough environment, especially this year now that fans are back. So if Webster loses this one, it makes it very, very tough for them to come away with a winning record in the conference this year. Webster's next match will be this Friday. They head to Spalding. A crucial matchup. That Spalding team has gotten better year after year, put together a competitive roster again this year. Then next week, their next home game is next Wednesday against Blackburn before they play Eureka next Saturday. So a stretch of conference games going in for Webster. Webster was number 1 in the preseason poll prior to the year. They have not played like the number 1 team in the conference this year. And right now, honestly, it looks like Webster is the team looking into that big 2 of Webster and Greenville. But we are underway here in set number 4. And immediately, Kaylee Portell's on the board, and Webster's got a 1-0 lead. Portell on the serve. It's overpassed, and Julia Fry makes it pay.
The quick contact right there from Julia Fry. She saw it immediately and sent it right back past the defense. They didn't even have time to react to that one.
Lob serve. It's beautiful by Portell, and it's going to be a free ball for Webster. No, it's not even going to be returned. It's an ace for Kaylee Portell.
Looks like Gallagher going with her signature one-handed dig right there, but she had some good positioning. I think she could have just gone for a bump set right there. She looked like she was right behind the ball. No need to go there for the one-handed save.
So Webster has a 3-0 lead. They led set number 3, 3-0 as well at the beginning. Kristen Camp on the hit. Nice dig by Allie Spohr. Now Lauren Borick gets the hit off and the kill. So Webster with their biggest lead of the night, a 4-point lead. They have not led by more than 3 all night long. Kaylee Portell, a lob serve that was not able to get over the net. Gensel on the pass. Lepian on the set to Spohr on the right side, and the kill for Allie Spohr.
Looking at coverage right here for Fontbonne. They just haven't been in the good enough positioning areas on the court. All the hitters so far for Webster have been able to find the gaps with ease. Fontbonne's got to do a little bit better job of positioning and getting themselves behind the ball like they're trying to do right now with this serve from Spohr.
Allie Spohr, the only setter on the court for Webster at the moment. It's going to be a free ball for Webster. Out of system. It's going to be Hilliard from the right side. Finds the kill. A miscommunication by Fontbonne. Pramick didn't realize she had a player right behind her who could have made a very easy dig on the ball. Pramick thought she had to go make a play and wasn't able to get there. So it is 6-1 Webster. Set up to the middle. Blocked by Julia Fry.
What a game we're seeing from Fry. Through all 3 sets so far, and even now into the 4th, she is just dominating the front line at the net.
It has been all Webster here. Fontbonne's only point was a service error by Webster. It has been everything Webster thus far in set number 4. Click to the outside. It's blocked at the net. Kept alive. Spoor sets to Hilliard. Hilliard finds the corner and the kill. A beautifully placed ball by Carter Hilliard. Spoor on the serve. It's overpassed. Hilliard maybe got ahead of herself a little bit. It's going to be Camp. It's kept alive. A free ball here for Fontbonne. Warner Click sets to the outside for Gallagher over top.
You know, honestly, Robbie, I am seeing a completely different Fontbonne team right now. It looks like the roles have kind of reversed. Right there, as you can see, that timeout is much needed right there for Fontbonne. Kind of hit the reset button because they haven't been playing like they did in the past 3 sets.
This is now the biggest lead by either team so far tonight. Fontbonne did have a 7-point lead back in set number 1. Webster with an 8-point lead now in set number 4. And with how closely contested it's been all night long, how do you overcome an 8-point lead for Fontbonne? And they're in a very tough spot, and you almost wonder if that timeout maybe should have come a little bit sooner. With a quick break in the action, this once again is the Gorlock Sports Network. We're here at Grant Gymnasium. I'm Robbie Floyd, joined by Sam Baker. We've got Sliak Volleyball, the Fontbonne University Griffins, taking on the Webster University Gorlock. Fontbonne dropped set 1, 25-23, before taking sets 2 and 3. And now Webster currently leads 9-1 in set number 4. Webster trying to push this to 5 sets.
I want to take this time to thank our production crew. Webster University provides us with a lot of good equipment, and we wouldn't be able to put on these live streams without you guys. So thank you from all of us here at the production staff, and thank you to those listening and tuning in at home. Although we do see fans back here in the gymnasium, we do appreciate the support from the remote locations.
Julia Fry makes an overpass pay once again, and it's 10-1. So Webster has played in 3 set number 5s this season. They are 1-2, but they did win their last one. That was last Saturday against Monmouth, a big victory for Webster, probably their biggest of the season so far. Did come in 5 sets. This is a free ball for Webster, a chance to extend the lead even further. It's Borick on the outside, tooled at the net, but not able to be kept alive. A fantastic block by Kelly Herr. And Fontbonne finally going to get a point here. Webster still leading 10-2, and Delaney Dimon going to check in for the first time. Dimon was a very good setter last year, really bailed Webster out of some bad setting early on in the year. Dimon's had her playing time limited this year, but when she's been in there, she's been solid. Nobody home for Webster. It's going to be a free ball for Fontbonne. At least it doesn't go in as a kill. Set up to the outside for Camp. Nice dig by Tori Ciccolero. Kept alive. Now Borick gets the kill.
What a momentum booster right there. Ciccolero doing an excellent job of just taking 100% of that impact from the ball. Doing a great job to set up Borick for the kill.
Kristen Camp has had basically any kill she's wanted all night. Tori Ciccolero gets in there, sticks in off the hard hit ball, and turns into a Webster kill. Warner Click to the outside for Gallagher. Does not find the corner. It is going to be a hitting error for Hannah Gallagher.
Double-digit lead now, Robbie. We could see a big shift in momentum here in this 4th set. Going to force a 5th set right here with this 2-2 tie. This could be game-changing right here.
Warner Click gets the kill. That is Kristen Camp. Warner Click on the assist. Now Warner Click back to serve. She has been doing it all tonight. She's played the back row, and she's going to get an ace, her 2nd of the night for Kristen Camp. Camp, certainly a newcomer of the year candidate. Hannah Gallagher was that player last year, and you just imagine what those two can be going forward for this Fontbonne team. Demon with a nice tight set to the middle, but a block. That's Harple on the block. And Fontbonne starting to build some momentum. They still trail by 7. Demon on the set to Julia Fry on the right side, and it's going to be a kill for Julia Fry. So Kira Gensel back into the game to serve. Warner Click, back set to Harple. Out of system for Webster, but it's going to be a good set from the outside. Carter Hilliard jousts at the net, won by Webster. Lauren Borg, we've talked about, she worked on her back row play. She worked on her serving there with a beautiful set. Lauren Borg, the reigning player of the year, really can do it all. Here's the set. It's going to be to the outside. Blocked at the net by Hilliard. Kept alive. Gallagher going to try again. This time a changeup, but kept alive on Webster's side. Demon, tight set. Good save by Fontbonne. Now Hilliard going to win the joust with the net. Kept alive on Fontbonne's side. Free ball for Webster. Pass is good. Set is good. Hit is perfectly placed, but a nice save by Pramick and a kill for Warner Click. A great save by Pramick, and Click finds the soft spot in the Webster defense. Warner Click has excellent court vision. Even when she's not looking at the court, she just has a great sense of where the opponent is. This is a bit of an overpass from Gensel, and it gives Fontbonne an attack attempt. But it'll be a Webster kill. This time it's Fontbonne who wants a tip. I don't think they're going to get it, though.
That's about the third or fourth. Looks like it want to be missed calls there from the referees. I'm sure they, no doubt they have a better view than we do up here, but typically we don't see a lot of these missed calls.
So what Fontbonne's asking for here, they're asking to ask the line judge, because the line judge did make the motion for a tip. Now, ultimately, it is our head judge's, our head referee. It is his decision, ultimately, but the line judge did make a tip call, and Fontbonne wants them to confer with the line judge. It looks like they're not going to do it, though. So a 9-point lead for Webster, and a potentially swing point here, as Webster going to try to take a double-digit lead once again. Bump set, perfectly placed from Warner Click. Jaden Fitzgerald gets a good hit off. Now Madison Katz tools the block. Kept alive. Nice tight set to the middle. And just barely hit out. Nice read by Kira Gensel to let that ball float out.
Great attempt to get there, but in the end, no effort needed as it was already out of bounds.
Warner Click with the set to the back row, and a little bit of miscommunication. Webster with another good attack attempt. Set up here for Madison Katz, who's no, it did get over the net. I couldn't tell if that was blocked back on Webster's side or if it went underneath, and it did go underneath. So a kill for Madison Katz. I think if you're Fontbonne here, you just want this set to get over to get to set number 5. They will get a kill from Jaden Fitzgerald.
And like we said before, even from the beginning of the set, Fontbonne has just looked like a different team. They just look so out of sync right now. I'm not sure what's going on, but they're definitely going to have to change something around this fifth set.
It feels like a spot where you'd normally take a timeout, but I feel like Fontbonne doesn't want to elongate this set. So I'm going to be to the outside. Spohr going to hit it off the pin, so it'll be a Fontbonne point. Fontbonne's head coach trying to generate some energy. See if they can pull a rabbit out of the hat and make a massive comeback. Molden with a good set, good pass. And Kaylee Portell takes care of business on the outside.
That's 13 now for Portell. She has taken the lead for kills for Webster, and she's demonstrating such a versatility here on offense. She's everywhere on this net. Fontbonne just cannot get rid of her tonight.
Portell has had injury issues so far this year, and when she's not in the lineup, you wonder who is the number 2 hitter for Webster. Well, when Portell's in there, it's her, and she is making a huge difference so far tonight. Warner Click going to go to the outside for Fitzgerald. It's tooled the net, but kept alive. Lepian sets for Allie Spohr. Good save by Pramick. Bump set to the back row for Camp, who puts it in a perfect spot and a kill for Kristen Camp. Ella Werner-Click back to serve. The serve is beautiful, but a nice job by Chicalero to stay under it. Boric able to find the corner and the kill. Beautiful pass by Tori Chicalero, saved an ace. And then Lepian to Boric once again. Good pass, good set. Jaden Fitzgerald tools the block, kept alive. Lepian on the set, going back to Boric. Not a good set from Lepian. And Fontbonne has brought it back to 9 points. Jaden Fitzgerald. Set up. Hit across. Not able to be kept in. Allie Sporer found the soft spot of the defense, just wasn't able to find the corner. And for Fontbonne, whether you win or lose this set is kind of irrelevant. You just want to make sure you're playing good volleyball going into set number 5. Lepian from the back row is going Boric, who's going to get the kill.
She has really got to find that sweet spot in the middle. She's had a couple looks earlier on that haven't been so great, but if she gets a good pass and she's in the middle and she's elevated, she's going to make a play.
Allie Sporer with a service error. Going to give Fontbonne a free point. So Delaney Demon back into the game. Back to serve is Emma Pramick. It's beautifully placed. Carter Hilliard able to keep it alive. And Fry with a good hit off. It's going to be a free ball for Webster. No, it's not even going to be returned.
That just goes to show the amount of frustration that Fontbonne is feeling right now. They are just so over this set, and they are just wanting to do everything they can to get on the bench as quickly as possible.
Lauren Boric back to serve. Fitzgerald on the pass. It's going to be to Camp on the outside. Blocked by Julia Fry. And it's all Webster here in set number 4. Lauren Bork on the serve. Out of system here. It's a hit and a kill. I think that was Harple who gets the kill. It's 22-13. Set up, Demon with a nice set for Madison Katz. Not able to find it. Out of system this time for Fontbonne. Camp hits it to the block of Fry. Bump set, it's going to be for Gallagher on the outside, who's going to get the kill. Anna Gallagher with her 12th kill on the night. 3 different players with 12 or more kills for Fontbonne. That's an overpass. It's going to be punished by Harple.
Demon didn't really know what to do right there. She tried to position herself as best as possible, but on the look on her face, it looked like she knew that that ball was going to be coming down to a spot where she couldn't find it.
Good serve. This one's going to be outside. Katz not able to find anything. Set up. Camp blocked by Julia Fry. To their credit, Fontbonne at one point was trailing by 10. Since then, they do have more points than Webster does since the point they were trailing by 10. It's only going to be set up to the outside. Blocked by Kaylee Portell. Hit across. Nice save by Boric. It is kept alive. Now Gallagher going to try again. Tools the block. Gets the kill.
Taking a look at the stats here on the block assists. So far, Webster's got 17. That lets me know that they are really trying to double up on defense here. They're making sure that they got 2 guys at the net at all times just because of how lethal these hitters could be.
Portell not able to get a good hit off. A beautiful pass. Demon on the dump off. This time going to set it to Hilliard. Hilliard with the kill. So Webster going to be on set point. Webster at one point led 16-6. It is now 24-16. So Fontbonne is winning 10-8 in the last 18 rallies. But Webster on the hook here for the win. And they will get it. So we're headed to set number 5 here at Grant Gymnasium between these SLIAC conference rivals. As Webster able to take a dominating in terms of what we've seen tonight, a dominating set number 4, 25-16. And Webster, once again, 1-2 this season on set 5s as they flip a coin for first serve. Webster, they did win their last set number 5 against Monmouth. That was on Saturday. Looks like Kira Gensel won the toss. You imagine that she selected to receive. Just in case you're unfamiliar, the first 4 sets in volleyball go to 25. The 5th set goes to 15. So this 5th and final set will go to 15 points. Once again, you do have to win by 2. So if we are tied 14-14, we will keep going until somebody wins by 2. Seen a very mixed bag of volleyball tonight. The first 2 sets were highly contested, back and forth, good volleyball. The 3rd set was more a match of who made fewer mistakes, and it ended up being Fontbonne. And then the 4th set was all Webster. A dominant set number 4.
Again, it just looked like Webster had everything going for them, from passing to setting to digging to hitting. Everything was swinging in motion for them. Fontbonne just looked so frazzled. Even from the first point, we saw that they just did not look like the same team that they were in the first 3 sets. However, in this 5th set, Robbie, I think we're going to see a level of intensity that we have not seen in this game yet. I think both teams kind of knew that this set was going to be coming. They could predict that it's going to be a close game. We are just going to see some grit and grind here in this 5th and final set.
Looking at the stat sheet, that trio of hitters I mentioned before the game, Kristen Camp, Jaden Fitzgerald, and Hannah Gallagher, all with 13 kills or more. They have been a dominant trio. I mentioned them as a dominant duo coming into the game, referring to Fitzgerald and Gallagher, but Camp has actually been the leading killer for Fontbonne. On the side of Webster, Borick, and Portell with 14, 13 kills respectively. Emma Lepian leads Webster in assists, but her 16 assists look very pedestrian to Ella Werner-Click's 42. And obviously that is very much attributed to Werner-Click being the sole setter for Fontbonne and Webster using more of a committee approach. On the side of Fontbonne, they've only played in 1 set number 5 this season. They lost it. That was back on September 24th against Franklin. They lost set number 5. That is the only set number 5 they played. Oh, actually, they lost another one to Westminster, so they're 0-2. Fontbonne looking for their first set number 5 win. That Fontbonne match against Westminster was a very good one. Westminster came out, took the first 2 sets, but Fontbonne did not go quietly. And this Fontbonne team is a lot better than their record. They're 5-11, they're 3-4 in conference, but this Fontbonne team, they are good right now, and I think they're just going to get better going forward. You look at players like Ella Werner-Click, who I think could be one of the best setters in the conference in the next few years. And obviously you have Hannah Gallagher, newcomer of the year last year. You have Kristen Camp, who very well could be the newcomer of the year this year. This team is young, and they are getting better every single match, it seems. Webster rolling out a brand new starting lineup. So for Webster, it is Chicalero, Gensel, and Borick in the back row. Emma Lepian is the setter with Allie Spohr and Kaylee Portell in the front row. On the side of Fontbonne, Warner Click, Kramick, Jaden Fitzgerald, and Hannah Gallagher all in the back row with Kaylin Camp and Kelly Herr in the front. So here we go. Set number 5 here at Grant Gymnasium. Set up to the outside. It is blocked at the net by Portell. Fitzgerald going to try again. This time gets it off. Lepian sets to the outside. It's Borick. Nice block in the net by her. Going back to the other side now. Spohr tries to find the loose part of the defense. Doesn't. Kept alive. Out of system now for Webster. Chicalero bump set for Lauren Borick. Out of system for Fontbonne. Kristen Camp not able to find the edge, and the first point goes Webster's way.
In this set, that first point is so crucial, especially when you're only going to 15. Every single point counts, and possibly counts even more than it did for the first 4 sets.
Tori Chicalero, we're going to send it over and out. That's the 5th service error for Webster. It's actually Webster's 6th service error to Fontbonne's 3. Lepian bumps that. Borick. Good save by Fitzgerald. I don't think anybody's going to be able to return it, and they're not. So a kill for Lauren Borick.
We've seen it all game. Lepian loves to look for Borick there on the outside. Such a good fundamental play, and honestly, not even a trick up their sleeve, but one of the many plays that they've got to start utilizing more, because if you have such a great setter like Lepian giving it to a hitter like Borick, the chances of getting a kill are that much more increased.
Good save by Portell. Fry looking for the soft spot, and she found it. Julia Fry with the kill. Kept alive on Fontbonne's side, and actually able to get a good hit off of. They're going to go. That was intended for Kristen Camp, but the set was too far, and Webster able to take advantage. I believe that was Julia Fry. That's going to be an early Fontbonne timeout.
Looks like on that last play, Emma Kramick just doing everything she can to try to get around the ball. She knows that she's crucial when it comes to defense, but then just bumping into one of her players, obviously visibly frustrated there on that one.
What a night Julia Fry's had. She is a very, very good collegiate blocker. We've talked about her a lot as a good blocker, but she is second on the team in hitting percentage tonight for Webster at .389. She's got 9 kills on 18 attempts and just 2 errors. So Fry really having a good game hitting, and like you mentioned, Sam, it's been a variety of different hits. You know, a lot of, in past games, we see Fry who's very good at punishing that overpass, and she's very good at that tight set to the middle. But tonight, we've seen her hit from the right side a little bit. We've seen her hit, that traditional in air quotes, where they set it up to her high and she goes up and hits it. That hasn't been her game in the past, and it's been a variety of different kills for Julia Fry tonight.
I think Coach Graff is doing a really good job of recognizing that elevated play tonight. She's giving Julia a lot more minutes. Typically, you don't see her playing a lot as much as she has tonight. But if it's working, why fix what's not broken? You know what they say.
Well, we especially didn't see her playing this much when Portell was healthy, and Portell is healthy tonight. And Julia Fry has – we didn't see Fry and Portell ever play at the same time back early in the season. And, of course, we have them both on the court at the same time right now. Portell, very versatile, can play the back row. It's a good serve, but a good attack, and tooled at the net. Nice kill by Hannah Gallagher. So Fontbonne staying alive, keeping it close. It is 4-2. Emma Kramick on the serve. Pramick. Good serve. Back set to Allie Spoor from the right side. Kept alive. It's going to be bump set to Camp. Not able to find the corner. Here's Lauren Borick, who's blocked to the net. But it'll be a net violation on the side of Fontbonne. So Webster's point, they lead 5-2. Here's Allie Spoor, back to serve. That's good. Camp is blocked but out of bounds. Fry not able to get on top of that ball. I think she might have blocked it with her head. Delaney Demon back into the game. Another player who's gotten some extra playing time tonight. She's played well. Good pass, good set. It's Carter Hilliard not able to get on top of it, and that's going to be 4 touches as that ball did not clear the net. And it's been Mary Nelson basically benched since the middle of that set number 3, and Demon has replaced her. Demon with another good set there. Hilliard just not able to get on top of it. Fontbonne now able to make the overpass pay. It's going to be Hilliard again from the outside. Who's going to get the kill?
You know, that could be another strategy that we're seeing from Coach Graff. You know, if something's not working through the first 3 sets and you're starting to see that momentum on the other side, you've got to switch it up just like that. Each team has a unique way of playing offense and defense. Each strategy is going to have to be different. If that means you sit one of your top 3 hitters, then that means you have to sit one of your top 3 hitters. But if you're able to switch around your players and have them step up in areas that they typically don't do, then that's a win for you.
Madison Cass with a good hit. It would have gone out, but Hannah Gallagher, or Jaden Fitzgerald, not able to get out of the way of it. Warner Click, the set to Gallagher, kept alive. Gonna go back to Gallagher, not able to find it. No, it's gonna be a tip on the side of Webster. Or a net, it's actually a net violation on Carter Hilliard. So it ends up being Fontbonne's point. It's 6-5 here in set number 5. And an ace for Hannah Gallagher.
As we can see, this Fontbonne crowd really starting to pick up the momentum. They are loud and proud tonight, Robbie.
And Sam, forget 1st to 15. Now it's a 1st to 9 as we're tied up 6-6. And that just barely out. Gallagher almost found herself. She was inches away from back-to-back aces. But instead, it'll be Webster leading 7-6 with Kira Gensel, who's one of the best servers for Webster. In at the serve, here it comes. It's a good one. Good job by Pramick to get underneath it. Set to the outside, Fitzgerald's blocked! But they weren't able to get to the other side of the court, so a kill for Jaden Fitzgerald. Sam, I wouldn't have it any other way. Down to the wire, point for point here in set number 5. It's been highly contested. And it's Jessica Molden, the serving specialist. Bork on the pass, Demon on the set to Hilliard on the right side. Hilliard not able to keep it in.
Hilliard's really been doing good of looking at that outside right there from Fontbonne. That's been her sweet spot tonight, but again, just a little bit of an overshoot on that one. And that just goes to show that this game is so competitive. These two teams really want to get this win tonight.
Another good serve by Molden. This one, good set. Kept alive by Molden. Warner Click to the back row for Camp. Camp not able to find the kill. Kept alive. It's going to be a free ball, though, for Fontbonne. A great attempt. Here it comes. The set to the middle for Kerr. It is kept alive. It's going to be another free ball for Fontbonne. Another chance. Set up to the outside for Fitzgerald. Dug out by Lauren Borick. Bump set for Katz. Katz not able to get on top of it, and Fontbonne's got a 2-point lead. And it's going to be a Webster timeout.
Great call there from Coach Graff. Just take a minute to reset, give your guys a breather. Say, look, they've only got a 2-point lead. If it gets any further than this, then we're going to have a lot more serious issues later down in the set.
Webster and Fontbonne have been so highly contested tonight. The 4th set was the outlier where Webster really dominated that fourth set. Other than that, it's been so tightly contested. Fontbonne at one point in the first set led by 5. I believe it was 17-12, something like that. From that point through the first 3 sets, there was not a lead more than 3 points. Webster dominated set number 4, and here in set number 5, Fontbonne has the biggest lead of the set so far at 2 points. A crucial timeout and a crucial first rally for Webster. That's a huge swing point. It's the difference between being down by 1 and being down by 3. So Mary Graff wants to talk it over. You have the serving specialist and Jessica Molden in the game for Fontbonne. That's who they want in at server. We'll see where Molden wants to go with it. Molden's really been serving it to the middle of the court for the most part of the night. Here it comes. It's going to go to Borick again. It's overpassed, and it's going to be a kill! That's Jaden Fitzgerald, the senior, with a huge kill in a big spot. The pass was too far on a perfectly served ball by Jessica Molden, and Fitzgerald makes it pay.
We saw that lackluster performance in the previous set, but right now Fontbonne just turning up the heat, getting these crucial clutch plays here late in this 5th set.
That one eats Gensel up. She's able to make a good one out of it, and it's going to be a kill for Mary Nelson, who's back into the game. Mentioned Nelson kind of got benched for the better part of set 3 and the entirety of set 4. Nelson back into the game, gets a kill. Looks like she's coming back out, but made her presence felt while she was in there. Webster with a very talented 6 players in the game right now. Katz, Sporer, and Portell in the front row. Borick, Gensel, and Lepian in the back row. Another crucial point. Are you going to be down by 1 or down by 3? Lepian on the serve. Warner Click to the outside for Fitzgerald, who's going to get the kill. Webster running out of time. Down by 3. Fontbonne just needs 4 to win. The Fontbonne crowd travels well here to Webster. They're right down the road. Lepian on the set. Pooh Portell. It is kept alive. Oh my goodness, it rolls over. Mary Graff wants a lift call. She's not going to get it. She's saying that ball rolled up the arms of the Fontbonne player and went over. But she's not going to get it. It's going to be another Webster timeout. A very unconventional kill for Fontbonne. And Sam, I've never seen that before, so I have no idea what the correct call ought to be.
You know, looking back at that play, it looked like a perfectly placed ball there from Portell. I think it just hit right spot at the right time. Fontbonne just happened to be in the correct spots to get a really good trajectory. But again, referees, they've had a couple of missed calls here, so not sure if they didn't, maybe have missed something right there, but Coach Graff still voicing her opinion about that. But either way, good call with a timeout right there. They still got some time. They've got 3 sets to work, or 3 points to work with, excuse me. They're only down by a couple of points here. They've got 4, but that means they've got to work that much harder to get that lead back.
The dangerous part is you're only down by 4, and if it were a normal set, obviously Fontbonne still got to get 13 points to win, but this is set number 5, meaning Fontbonne's closer to the win than Webster is to Fontbonne, and that is not a good position to be in. I think if you're Webster, you have to take at least 3 of the next 4 rallies if you're going to have a chance to win this game. So Webster looking to come out of the timeout hot. It is Ella Werner Click back on the serve for Fontbonne. Fontbonne leads 12-8 here in the final set at Grant Gymnasium. Sent across, it's a perfect serve, and it's not going to be returned. An ace for Ella Werner Click, and Fontbonne just 2 points away, not only from winning tonight's match, but from sweeping Webster in the regular season.
They can just taste the victory on the end of their lips. They want this game to be over so badly.
Ella Werner Click on the serve. It's going to be an ace for Ella Werner Click. And now Webster's got to play perfect volleyball for at least 6 straight rallies. Fontbonne had lost 8 straight matches to Webster before winning the last 2, trying to make it a 3-game win streak against Webster. Leppian on the set, Portell on the hit. It's kept alive, Fontbonne. It's dumped over, kept alive by Webster. Free ball for Fontbonne. The set, Fitzgerald, not able to get it over.
Crucial point there for Webster. They needed that so desperately.
It is, and it looks like Tori Ciccolero is going to be in to serve, and of course this is such a tough position because Ciccolero has to put up at least 5 straight good serves because Webster cannot drop another point until they get to at least 14. Here it comes. This first serve is good. Warner Click to the outside. Fitzgerald. It's kept alive. Webster's going to be able to return it, but it's going to be a free ball for Fontbonne. Warner Click the set to the middle. Kerr not able to find the weak side of the court. Borick. Set's not good, but it's going to be a kill anyway.
A little off position there from Borick, but she did what she could. Ended up working out well for Webster. They're starting to really look at this lead now and say, hey, we can cut down slowly but surely.
Webster has had two different times tonight where they've had at least 4 straight points. Certainly not impossible. Warner Click to the outside. The kill, it is there, and Fontbonne takes the victory in the match and the regular season sweep of Webster. Once again, it's the first time for at least 10 years that Fontbonne's been able to regular season sweep Webster, and they do it here, and that gets them back to 4-4 in the conference, in 3rd place behind Westminster and Greenville, and Fontbonne in a fantastic spot to not only make the playoffs, but make a run in the conference tournament. That's going to do it from Grant Gymnasium, a thrilling 5-set match between the Webster University Gorloks and the Fontbonne University Griffins. Fontbonne able to take it 3-2. This has been the Gorloks Sports Network. I'm Robbie Floyd. That was Sam Baker. And we'll talk to you all at the next home game.